Bars is back. Sam and oh God, what's up with you? Hip Hop Uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Hip Hop Uncensored is the vibe, so subscribe. Oh God, driving Sam and riding passenger side, and you heard it out the mouth of the greatest rapper alive.
Interested
old civilizations, we always the one carrying the people in the damn thing, because that's where our position was. Because we have not done what the Almighty said. He said seven different kingdoms will come and rule over us before we can have our own. Because we didn't do what he said to do.
Yeah, that is deep, man. When you actually get into those prophecies, a lot of it is coming true. That's one thing you can't really deny, man. A lot of stuff that was written down. But speaking of prophecies and somebody they might call a prophet, you know, some people, Katt Williams.
Oh yeah, look at.
Talk about him. How's your relationship with him? And do you wish you kind of would have listened to him back in the day when he was like, "Man, don't do it, don't do it"? You think he was like that was, you know, the creator sending you?
I'm happy. I'm happy I went through this. So
Okay.
now I probably would just been still asleep. So the Almighty used the wicked side to get me in order to be as part of the side of the light. And that's how it works. It's a balance. It is a necessary to do. Duality is here. It's necessary. So I don't regret anything. And no, I don't wish I would have listened. I'll be honest. I don't do what I try not to do what I could have should have anymore. You know? Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Katt's great. So what?
No, go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
No, Katt Williams is great. He's dope. He's good. He's a great comic. I think he burned out his Illuminati points. What I mean by that is he just kept talking against them, and I think he just got tired of it.
Is that real? That Illuminati thing? What he was talking about?
It's a private family that wants to rule over the world. It's that simple. It's nothing that deep. It's not this mystical, you know. It's just private families controlled by other entities that are not human, that are fighting for the control of this realm. Everyone's fighting for the control of this earth and this realm.
How do you look at your career in Hollywood now, being who you are now?
I mean, it was always the same. You know, it was always a plan to do what I need to do. You know, I don't really have a career in Hollywood. I can sell to them if I want to. Got a couple movies I'm selling to Netflix, but Hollywood's a tech company now. It's all a tech company. It's not really individual producers. They sell to big marketing agencies like Netflix and Amazon. It's not really Hollywood anymore. Hollywood was done when technology came in. So now they're branded as Hollywood, but really Hollywood is not no more. Amazon is here now and Netflix. And Hollywood is bowing to Netflix and Amazon because of technology. So it's more so a tech company, you know, which is not really hard to build. You know, so from my perspective, as I go, why have a Hollywood career when I can have a career in the kingdom?
I heard you saying in an interview, you were saying that you could have been the next Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence.
No, that's what they were. That's what.
How does a kid that that's started off in Hollywood could have been a top just leave and go to the kingdom? Explain that transition and what entices you to do so.
Well, I forgot my covenant.
Okay.
I made my promise I made to God when I was a child, but I did ask for God to be a huge actor. But I guess my power is very jealous of everyone has power sources. So no matter what, there's a power energy force in the force that's pushing every infrastructure. So I don't want to talk religion with you guys, because when I talk religion, your comments gonna be like, "Oh, he's religious," because it's been the truth has been infrastructured inside of a religion. So anything I talk about a power source, what ends up happening, it gets mistaken as religion. So I'm gonna talk to you kind of in a technical sense. That's okay, right?
Yeah.
So in a technical sense, Hollywood's an infrastructure, and Netflix and Amazon are infrastructures that are built to house energy, right? If I want to house my energy in that infrastructure, I'll just create my own energy portal, which is like a movie that I produce, something like that, Trap City or whatever. And then I'll sell that energy portal back to a technology company that has an infrastructure to house my energy in the film. So there's no real industry unless you just can execute product. So no one can dictate whether I can execute product or not unless they, you know, try to capture this flesh and blood avatar and put me in a cell. But even with that, the records that I bear witness with today and things I'm doing today will go on forever. So, Hollywood, I was never controlled by them, but as it pertains to they were never my power source. But working with Eddie Murphy at the time was something that I realized I'm not Eddie Murphy. I had to realize I'm not. My power source would not allow me to go and be branded as Eddie Murphy's son.
Mm-hmm.
So the energy that was pushing me and glitching the matrix for me, which I can have, there's plenty of testimonies of it, of me not even getting Tropic Thunder, and I got it. Then another actor didn't show up, and they fired that actor and got, I got the part.
Mm-hmm.
Things were always moved around for me, glitching the realms for me to move for my path. So I trust that power source. I give you an example again. I did 3 minutes at the Laugh Factory, and in 2 weeks I was in Roll Bounce. Or I mean, my second audition was Roll Bounce, but in a week later I had an agent, the biggest agency in the world, CAA. So at the time, you know, that was all glitches. There's no way that could happen that one of the agents are there to come see another comedian. I pop in from Detroit, do 3 minutes of comedy, and 2 months later I'm in Roll Bounce. And that's like my second audition coming from Detroit. That's like lightning in a bottle. That doesn't happen.
Right. How does Hollywood and people in film perceive black actors, in your opinion? How's your perception been from the black perspective?
I feel like they're trying to make a way to make sure that black actors are accommodated. I think this is more skewed with if you like men, if it's more skewed for straight black men, it's pretty hard. They're trying to get better with it. But it's a lot more Hollywood is a lot more geared towards men who can't produce life by a seed
Mm-hmm.
of a woman, or don't want to that do not decide to produce life by a seed of a woman. So they cater more towards that, and they have every right to. That's their jurisdiction. I have nothing against that because that jurisdiction was set up for that. But as it pertains to the agenda of the jurisdiction of life, I tend to try to stick to that code of the lion order, of the righteous order as it pertains to reproduction of life.
Right.
So when it comes down to Hollywood catering towards that code, you gotta hop, skip. Dave Chappelle does a good job of hop, skipping around. You gotta be very wise how you move, or you just gotta be just a, I'm not really a yes man like that. So, but overall, they're doing their best efforts in their jurisdiction to be able to accommodate men of this bloodline that can produce a seed, and choose to produce seeds. Um, they're doing their best in the jurisdiction that they have.